Money Heist is a South Korean television series based on the Spanish drama La Casa de Papel. The first 6 episodes of this Korean drama was released on June 24, 2022 on Netflix. The series features performers with strong acting skills and provides further evidence that the Korean entertainment industry is not a joke. Welcome to the new video of Kdrama Flash. In today's video, we will be talking about the famous South Korean television series Money Heist. Episode 1. The story is set in 2025, where North and South Korea are no longer at war. Tokyo makes a pitiful living as a waitress. The night she decides her life is no longer worth living, she runs into the professor, who recruits her for his heist team. Rio, a young hacker who resembles a K-pop idol. Denver, a tough but powerful fighter. His father, Moscow, a skilled miner. Nairobi, an expert in counterfeiting. And Berlin, the only North Korean to escape the country's brutal labor camp. Oslo, and Helsinki. Former members of a gang in Yanbian make up the group of experts. The series continues at the unified Korea Mint 5 months later. While the heist team prepares for their first day at the bank, a group of students arrives to tour the bank. The bank is taken over by the heist team, which causes panic among the public and bank employees. They choose Yun Chansu as the head of the JEA police to command a task force. Seon Woojin begins working as the task force team's negotiator who represents North Korea. She takes charge and dismisses the idea of a full frontal assault, given the number of hostages present. Cha decides to send in the entire military force. The professor already knew who would be assigned as the task force's leader, given the fact that the professor is dating Seon. As the police team approaches, a YouTube video of the hostages pleading with the task team because they are all dressed similarly to the heist team and are worried for their safety is streaming. As a result, Captain Cha calls off the assault. The story takes a significant turn when it becomes clear that the heist team wants to print their own money. Episode 2. The employees who are held as hostages are working on their shifts to print money. Cho Yeon-min, the director of the bank, plans to deceive the heist. Cho continues to plan and requests Seon, the employee of the bank with whom he is having an affair, to get his smartwatch so they can make a call. She doesn't trust his motives and sparks conflict. When this attracts attention, Director Cho informs Denver that Yeon is pregnant and that she needs to take a break. Yeon is put in the same room as Ann Kim, the ambassador's daughter, and flirts with Rio. Yeon takes this advantage to acquire the smartwatch. After receiving a signal from the smartwatch, Seon tries to speak with Yeon but fails. The professor spent the evening with Seon and learned that one of the hostages has a smartwatch and informs Berlin the same. Berlin orders Director Cho to search for the smartwatch. The smartwatch falls to the ground in front of Yeon. Berlin demands to execute Yeon Musin. Denver receives the gun from him and takes her to a private place. Episode 3. Tokyo discovers Misun still alive. Denver shot her in the leg, but she pretended to be dead. The hostages will dig a false tunnel out of the structure as part of the professor's plan to confuse the police. It turns out that Denver is drilling the actual one in a different location. Episode 4. Woojin and the professor agree to send in medical help. Captain Cha gets ready to enter with the other medical personnel. 4 officers enter through the vents secretly. Berlin suspects Cha during surgery. Rio is informed by the professor that there are men attempting to break in somewhere inside. The medical staff enters the main atrium after the surgery is finished and observes how everyone's masks have been altered. Cha charges outside and demands that they cancel everything. When Berlin descends to the basement, he discovers that Misun is still alive. The other members of the group decide to expel Berlin and leave him tied to a chair and by himself. It turns out that one of the soldiers was able to remain inside the mint. Episode 5. Captain Cha discovers that Park Cholu, the Mint's mole, has sent a coded message confirming his presence. Captain Cha's superiors want him to keep Cholu's operation a secret from Woojin because they think she is a traitor. They also want him to push Cholu to finish this operation as soon as possible. As Misun is brought back safe and sound, the hostages cheer. Woojin realizes that the professor is outside the mint. Our rogue officer locates Misun inside the mint and inquires about the professor. She acknowledges that she has heard of him, but that is about all the information she has. Cholu's strategy is to find and kill the professor first. Cho Yeon-min decides they should bring. Denver falls prey to the trick. When Misun discovers Denver being beaten, she immediately knocks the director out. Rio leaves to check on Berlin, who chokes him out and renders him unconscious while also managing to escape his restraints. Tokyo sets out on her own, but Cholu just so happens to be looking for her. Denver storms in, screaming that they have the wrong man, just as he opens fire on Tokyo. Episode 6. Despite being shot, The policeman can radio Cha and report that the professor is not present in the mint. Seon is enraged by Cha Moo-yuk's plan, and Cha admits that they thought she was a spy. She desires to enter the mint on her own. She wants people to support the police. Inquiring about the gunshots, Seon calls the professor. The professor asserts they practiced shooting because they were bored. Seon wants to enter to make sure that all of the hostages are secure. The professor is determined to convince the public that the hostages are safe. To save time, Seon Woojin turns off the cameras and requests to Berlin bring all of the hostages to the front. Although she states that a security guard is missing, in reality, she is referring to Chulwoo. Berlin becomes irritated and claims that they defended themselves by killing the agent. Seon Woojin believes that the public has turned against the heist team, but then Berlin brings in another hostage, Agent Park. He's not dead. Seon Woojin goes back to the tent. Cha is suspicious of the professor because he entered the tent once to inform her that her mother had called. She is taken aback by his accusations. The professor notices everything and looks concerned. Seon Woojin then meets the professor for drinks. Seon Woojin hugs him and expresses his gratitude for his concern. At this point, the professor realizes he is in love with her. Season 1 leaves us with curiosity and excitement. So what do you think of this drama? Well, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Money Heist is a show that you should definitely give a try.